Hey, what's up guys? Got another video for you. This is Tuned In Sports. My name is Bryson.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Bennett.
And we are coming back at you with another video. Today we're going to be breaking down some news that just came out a little bit ago. By the time this recording happens, it'll have been earlier in the afternoon. But Billy Donovan, former coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder, has officially signed with the Chicago Bulls. And I'm definitely an intriguing signing, and I'm excited to see, well, I don't know if excited is the right word, but I'm interested to see where that goes.
What do you think is going to be the next coach for the Thunder?
I don't know. I have no idea. Honestly, if I had to pick, Nate McMillan or Mark Jackson, I think would be great fits for our team. But honestly, I don't think that coaching was the issue. He was, in my mind, the coach of the year this past season, with the expectations going in and how well they performed. I honestly think it's kind of a shame in the biz that he didn't win Coach of the Year this past year. I realize that whoever the guy that did win was also deserving, but with the expectations going in, I think we deserved it, and I think it was kind of a major letdown that he even won the coaches' vote. All the coaches put together a poll or whatever on who they thought was the coach of the year, and he won that. So even the coaches' poll of all the coaches thought that he should have been the coach of the year.
It's kind of like you feel like you got screwed with Shooter not winning the sixth man.
Yeah, there's another one. Definitely. I think he played out of his mind majority of the year. Been solid for years and years and years, and since he got to the Thunder, he's been nothing but a bright spot. And the fact that he lost now 2 years in a row to Clippers players, I'll give you Lou Williams last year, but not Harrell this year. That was a
I don't understand. I don't understand that one either. I mean,
Harrell
wasn't that big of a factor this season, and I don't understand that one.
No, that was just the difference between being a team located in LA and a team located in the small market of Oklahoma City. That's all that was. So, but anyways, Nate McMillan, Mark Jackson, either of those would be excellent signings, and I mean, really, all we need to do is just not sign somebody that's going to take us backwards, because we already have the team. We just need a coach that can come in and do something.
It's kind of shocking to me that he's not going to be the coach there in Oklahoma City any longer. I really thought, like you said, that he had done a wonderful job with the team this year. He overachieved. He's got a bunch of young players, and I thought he would be the right coach moving forward to kind of bring these young guys along and eventually, get them where they want to go. But obviously that didn't happen, and, it shows you, though, I mean, as soon as he became available, I mean, the Bulls are snacking it, picking him up right away. So I just think it's unfortunate for, the Thunder. I thought he had done a really good job there, like I said, and hopefully they bring in somebody that will do the job.
It's a very good pickup for the Bulls, though, I think. With already having Levine and a couple other pieces like Lauri Markkanen there, they get a good coach. I definitely see some good seasons coming for them, at least, I think. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Gotcha.
I mean, like I said, I'm just kind of shocked at this point that he's not coaching the Thunder. So, but it is what it is, and you move on.
Yep.
But there are some good coaches out there that are looking for work. So I'm sure you'll be able to grab one of them and move forward.
Speaking of, sorry, I just was gonna say, speaking of coaches that are gonna be available, I've already heard that, Tyronn Lue, he's probably going to be, was supposed to be getting a head coaching job this coming season. Maybe he's one you look into. Probably not. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and judge him. I don't know that much about, I know what kind of a player he was, and I know he was coach at Cleveland, right?
When they won the chip, yeah.
When they won it. So he's got to have something that's good.
Yeah.
Even though I think LeBron was probably coaching the team. But I think Ty Lue, when you get into coaching in the pro leagues, whether it be the football or the NBA or whatever, it's more about being able to deal with, high-level players and that kind of thing, more so than the X's and O's of it. Being able to put up with the prima donnas and the attitudes and stuff that these guys in the pros get. They're making more money than the coaches in most cases. So, unless you bring some clout to the situation, like a Pat Riley or somebody like that, I don't think it's a guarantee you're going to get the respect of the players. And that's one of the problems that a lot of the younger coaches that are coming out of the ranks from the colleges and stuff like that, where they run into problems, is, a lot of times the players don't necessarily respect it. It's not that they don't, think that the guy can't coach or whatever, but, the viewpoint's going to be, well, I'm LeBron James. What do you think you're going to tell me? And so, I don't know. It's just one of those things where sometimes, when you have young coaches and stuff, it takes a little bit of time for them to kind of win the players over to where, they feel comfortable with the decision making. So I think that's kind of, what's going to go on, if they bring in some college coach or something like that. Now, if they bring in a Mark Jackson or something like that, he'll pretty much command respect right away because, he played many years in the league, very successful coach at, Golden State. He pretty much got that team that won all those championships together. They got rid of him right as that thing happened. So, he's the one that kind of built that. Steve Kerr gets all the accolades, but he really didn't do much except, coach a team that was put together by somebody else. So, with that being said, Mark Jackson definitely, I think, can take your team to the next level and has a good grasp on maybe what they need to do. So, if they talk with him, that's definitely not a bad signing. But we'll see what they do, It's not like anything's etched in stone, and the season's still technically not even over yet, so I'm sure they're going to take their time in picking out the right guy. But we'll see what happens.
Well, all I can say is, first of all, I don't want to hear about Tyronn Lue. He is not the man for the job at all. Not when we have Mark Jackson and Nate McMillan on the market. If those guys were taken or locked in somewhere, it's a different story, but I don't want to hear Tyronn Lue brought up when there's people like that on the market still. If we are looking at Tyronn Lue while those guys are still available, what a joke. That would be absolutely horrible. I do not want him on my team. He is a consolation prize but he is not the person for our team. I don't believe he's the person for our team. I don't want him on my team, and he just needs to not be on the team. Not when you have Mark Jackson and Nate McMillan, who are proven winners. Ty Lue was on a team that, again, LeBron essentially coached the team, and just like Steve Kerr, how much coaching are you really doing when you got that much talent on your team? You're just kind of sitting there. And LeBron is a leader. I'm not saying Ty Lue can't coach, but I don't want him. Mark Jackson and Nate McMillan are the guys that we need to be going after. The fact that we even let Billy Donovan go, I don't know what's going on behind the closed doors, but he was 243 for 100 or 243 wins, 157 losses, .608 record as the Thunder coach. He was there for 5 years. We were in the playoffs every year, a finals appearance in his first year. So the fact that he left, and it was a mutual decision, first of all, if that's a mutual decision, what the hell are the Thunder thinking, agreeing to, wanting him to go ahead and leave? First of all, are they planning on bringing in somebody that's going to do a better job? Because as far as I'm concerned, anybody that they bring in, I don't know if they're going to do a better job. I think Nate McMillan is solid. I think Mark Jackson is really good also, but I don't necessarily think that they are way better than, Donovan was, because otherwise they'd be coaching somewhere. With that being said, too, I don't think on Donovan's end, I think there's got to be something wrong there to be there with that much success, come off of a Coach of the Year type season, and to want to say, all right, I'm not going to re-sign with you guys, I'm heading somewhere else. So there's got to be something more there than what's been released so far. I'm sure we'll get kicked in the nuts with it here in a couple days. I don't know where the information is going to be leaked or what's going to be the case, but I'm sure something will come out before too long, and you'll really find out why that all exactly happened. And I'm sure we'll find out that he either didn't get along with management, or they weren't doing what he wanted him to, or he wasn't doing what they wanted him to. I'm sure there's something there. Just disappointing that this has to be the way it happens. And, some guy that had us in the playoffs every year and took teams that probably shouldn't have been there and performed so well, and we're watching him sign with another team. Best of luck to the Bulls. I think he's going to drastically improve their franchise. And I think if he does anything like what he did with the Thunder, the Bulls are going to be a contender in the East for the next handful of years to come. But that's all I have to say on the whole thing.
Speaking of recent coaching moves, what do you guys think of Mr. Nash going to the Nets, signing with the Nets for a head coach?
Well, to my knowledge, that's the first job he's had in coaching. So the fact that he was able to, leap over a bunch of guys that have experience tells you something. There's no getting around what a great player he was, and I'm sure, respect, I'm sure he's got it. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's a great coach. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I don't know how you hire him and leave a guy like, Nate McMillan or somebody like that on the side when, they've proven that they can take teams and win. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I mean, Steve Nash is obviously a popular pick as far as, I mean, he's a name. He's going to draw some attention. I don't know. I don't know really what to think about it.
Yeah. If I was a Bucks fan, I would not be, a Nets fan, sorry. I wouldn't be too happy about it. I think, yeah, I don't think he's going to be a bad coach, but I just think you're not that far away from having, if everybody stays healthy, they're going to be right there next season. So I think you go the safe route with a proven guy over taking some guy that you hope is going to work out. I don't know why you wouldn't just go with somebody that's already proven that they can coach at a high level. So I don't understand why they did that, but the players seem to like it. I think it's gotten some good reaction from some fans, other fans not so much, but that's every hire. And I think it's fine. I'm glad it happened to their team, not mine, because if it was my team and we did something like that, like let's say instead of hiring Nate McMillan or Mark Jackson, we go out and sign, Baron Davis, I would be pissed. And I don't even know if he's coaching or anything like that, but just some guy that, wants to give it a fling, I would be upset because we're not that far away from doing things, and a proven coach could be the difference. And just going out and taking a fling on some guy and hoping he works out, and I think he will. I think he'll do just fine. But again, I wouldn't want to chance it at all. So personally, hopefully it works out for the Nets, but I wouldn't have done it if it was my team. I'm glad it's not my team, and it better not be my team. Otherwise, I'm going to be on here, and however long it is, ranting and raving about it, and getting pissed off on this channel. You guys will see it. It better not be my team that does that. I'm telling you, especially with these guys on the market. If we don't sign one of them and we go out and sign some guy that's never coached like that before, oh boy, I'm not going to be happy. So, but anyway, yeah, congrats to the Bulls. Good hire for them. Once again, they hired somebody that's proven, and whatever the reason was that he's not on our team, not much you can do about it now. So it sucks that that's going to be the case, but hopefully it works out for us okay. I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure what our team's going to look like, and I think a lot of it's going to have to do with who replaces him, but it better not be, some guy that just came in off of nothing and decided to give him a chance, especially, and it better not be Ty Lue or one of these other fruitcakes. I want a proven guy in here because coaching last year was excellent, and we have a lot of young players, and I don't want to fool around and waste the talent that we have while we mess around with 15 different coaches trying to see if coaching is for them or not. I don't want that. So I am optimistic with the Thunder and what they can do in the future. So I want a coach that is going to keep that optimism in the right direction, and I don't want to waste the talent that we have on some guy that wants to take a swing at it. I don't want that at all. So hopefully for their sake and for the sake of the viewers, that doesn't happen, because if that does happen, that's going to be a video to tune into for a multitude of reasons.
Wow. I mean, given the track record and the situation that the Thunder find themselves in now, with having all these draft picks and you know, they're just in good cap situation right now. I think the future is pretty bright there. I would think, you know, it's going to attract coaches to want to coach there, so that you're not, you know, hiring somebody that has, you know, no coaching experience. However, with that being said, if they choose to go down that road, I don't know that I would totally think it was a bad move given the organization that's doing it. They've got a history of, you know, great structure in their upper management and making good decisions. Not too many things that they have done has backfired on them. So I would probably hold a little faith in that, you know, given the history of this particular franchise, that somebody upstairs knows what the hell they're doing. So with you, though, I mean, I can understand your concerns and not wanting to just do a fly-by-night, you know, head coaching job thing, but, you know, I'm sure they're going to do their homework. And, I mean, again, in Steve Nash's situation, I mean, he played in the league a lot of years, and I mean, he was basically a floor general when he was out there, and he was running a lot of offense and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure that the Nets are fairly confident that he'll be able to do the job. But, I mean, people thought Magic Johnson was going to be a good coach, and he kind of bombed out. So, you know, it comes down to, A, like we talked about, getting the respect of the players, and then B, you know, coaching in situations, knowing what to do, or, you know, who to have in the game, that kind of stuff becomes important when you get down to the end of games. So, again, I'm still shocked that, you know, the Thunder decided to go in this direction. But, like I said, if you're a Thunder fan, given their history and, you know, their decision-making has always been pretty much spot on when it comes to recruiting and stuff like that, I wouldn't be too concerned. I think they'll make the right decision.
I wouldn't have a problem with them making a move to sign somebody like that if there wasn't already guys that I think could take our team to the next level out there. If there was nobody else out there, then that's fine. But there's people out there that I think could take this team places. And I don't want to take a chance on some guy when we have people out there that could literally take this team and keep it moving forward. That's all I'm saying. I don't have I completely agree. I have faith in the management, and I'm sure that they know what they're doing. They've proven they know what they're doing, and they've been very successful since they made a team, and since I've become a fan of them. They give me really nothing to complain about outside of the fact we haven't won a championship, but we've been relevant every single year for the most part, unless there's an injury. So I completely don't have a problem with, you know, trusting what they do and saying, and if they want to give some guy a chance, I don't have a problem with it if there's not people available. But when we got two guys out there that I think could take this team that's already pretty good and could take it to the next level, I don't want to take a chance on some guy. I'm not down for that. I'm sure that given their history, it might work out, but I don't want it to just work out when we have guys that could take us to the next level. And I have full confidence that that will happen if they were to sign one of those guys. And there is no, well, let's see. It will happen. I fully believe that it will happen if we get one of those guys that I've mentioned previously. But if we take a wing on some guy in the hopes that it'll work out, Well, I can't guarantee that. So either way, I'm not going to be happy if they if they do that. I'll believe that the Thunder know what they're doing, but I'm not going to be happy about it. That's just where I sit. So, all right. Well, with that being said, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said before, Billy Donovan officially signed with the Chicago Bulls. I think that means good things for their organization. We'll see what it ends up meaning for the Thunder. Hopefully they don't take too big of a step back, but if they do, well, it was a mutual decision. So apparently the Thunder, are have as much to do with it as he does, with him leaving. So whatever the case, whatever happened in that situation, I'm sure we'll find out. Ideally, I'd like it to just be the end here, but the way that media is today, I doubt it will be. I'm sure it won't be too long before we start hearing rumors about this and the other thing, and then media will blow it up into some big, oh yeah, they didn't get along and they just hated each other and blah, blah, blah. The usual stuff. So hopefully we can just stay out of the news, and the next time we're brought up is when we sign Nate McMillan or Mark Jackson. Hopefully. But if that doesn't happen, I wouldn't be surprised at all if before too long we start hearing, oh, what happened in OKC? Just like the Westbrook and Durant thing. It was bad enough that Durant left, but then we had to hear about it in the news nonstop. And, oh, did they have issues with each other? Did they like each other? All that, just constantly for years. Even now, we're still, to some extent talking about it. And it's like, what? Who cares? Ridiculous. I don't care about whether or not Westbrook and Durant got along. I don't care. I want to win games. That's all I care about, And in some respects, you're a professional. If you don't get along with somebody, who cares? Go out there and do what you're paid to do. There's some billion, trillion, gazillion, however many people in this world. You're bound to not get along with everybody. So, I don't care. But all I will say is that I hope that it just stays within the organization. If Billy Donovan did have an issue with the ownership, hopefully he has enough respect to keep it to himself, not, blast the team moving forward. But if he does, well, I won't be surprised that ends up being the result.
I don't think he'll do that. I don't think he seems like that type of guy.
No, I don't think he seems like that kind of guy, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if that becomes a news story. That's all I'm saying. Even if he doesn't talk about it, or he is respectful on his end, I'm sure we're going to be hearing about it in fact, I haven't listened to the radio since the news was announced, but they're probably already talking about it. Hey, what happened in OKC? That's the way media is. They make stories out of nothing.
Yep.
And in some cases, maybe he just wanted to do something else. Sometimes it's just as simple as that.
I don't think the Bulls is a bad place for him to go, though. I think they've been a pretty solid franchise for a long time. He could be a really good fit there.
Yeah, anybody that were to pick him up is in good position. I truly believe. Anybody that picks him up, they got a good coach there, and he did everything you could ask for as a Thunder coach, outside of win the championship. But again, I don't believe all of that was on him, and I believe he coached them really well. And last year, he should have been the coach of the year. Not last year. I guess technically this year, because it's not over. But this season, he should have been the coach of the year. It's a shame that he didn't get the coach of the year. I'm not saying the other guy wasn't deserving as well, but for my money, I think he should have won it, with the expectations coming into the season and how they performed. He should have won. But whatever. It is what it is. He's not on the team anymore, so there's no reason to, worry about it. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any comments, thoughts on this, what do you guys think about Billy Donovan moving to the Bulls? Do you think it's a good move? Do you think it's a bad move? Why do you think he left? Any thoughts on any of that stuff? Make sure you drop it down in the comment section below. And just be sure to, tune in to Tuned In. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
Peace.